Those needles and threads can do miracles in our clothes. But why stop there? Stitching adds a personal and cozy touch to your scrapbook page and makes your layouts more special and interesting. Let's create a scrapbook page from your favorite birthday moments and see how the stitching technique can add happy to your birthday. Use the Dots themed 12 by 12 Hallmark papers for scrapbooking. This vibrantly decorated paper is perfect as your secondary background. Then choose a plain scrapbooking paper as primary background to better appreciate the effect of stitching to your layout. Now, it's time to practice those recently learned scrapbooking techniques. Tear the edges of the primary background to expose the white core of the paper. For a subtle look, choose an All About Scrapbooking ink pad that matches the primary background. Lightly ink its edges. Great! Now you're ready for those stitched borders. It's important to create a stitch pattern first. Lightly trace a stitch line in pencil. To be consistent with the dots theme of your paper, trace a wavy stitch pattern. Why not make it double for extra emphasis? Now mark each point where a stitch will be made. Don't place holes too close together to avoid tearing the paper. Then place the paper on a cutting mat and start piercing on the holes where the marks were made. Erase the pencil line and start stitching away. Choose a contrasting color of thread to add bold borders to your layout. Great job! See how the stitched borders provided an instant texture to your page? Now get the matted photo, then ink the edges before attaching to the primary background. Highlight the photo by matching the ink color to your borders. Use a ribbon from the All About Scrapbooking Deco Ribbon Collection for the photo separator in the middle of the page. All About Scrapbooking micro-thin double adhesive tape can do the trick in attaching this ribbon to your page. Use All About Scrapbooking non-stick craft scissors in cutting the adhesive tape. These craft scissors have a velvet touch finish that enables the blades to cut adhesives without sticking. Here's another tip. Jazz up your ribbons by creating ribbon ripples. Just attach a small portion of the ribbon to the page, then tuck in the next portion of the ribbon to create a small ripple. Repeat these steps until finished. Let's make things much more interesting by adding a perforated effect to your page. Just stitch without the thread. Journaling lines plus perforation? Perfect! Now you're ready to share your story. Try Bic GL1 gel pens in writing your journals to ensure a smooth writing experience. Use All About Scrapbooking chipboard alphabets for your title and then decorate the title line with craftin' and scrappin' buttons. Attach these teeny-weeny accessories with All About Scrapbooking adhesive dots. It's that easy. Crop several dot icons from the remaining decorated paper. Jazz up with a brad and mount using foam tape. Attach the primary background to the secondary one using foam tape, and there! What an eye-catching scrapbook page! Especially with all those gem stickers you can add. Explore other ways on how to use the stitching technique on your layouts. Why not hand-stitch your titles? You could easily use a pencil to draw your word first before stitching. Experiment and mix up the title with short and long stitches. You can even create an accent shape around the title to achieve a more organic look. Try stitching your accessories to the page and see how charming the result is. If you want a consistent pattern on your scrapbook pages, you can try machine stitching. Create grid lines where you can place your photos and journals after. Or stitch several of your favorite fabrics or patterned paper scraps together to achieve a quilted look. Or fake the stitching technique and cut out All About Scrapbooking deco ribbons into smaller sections, then adhere to the page as you would have stitched a pattern. The possibilities are just limitless. The stitching technique is any scrapbooker's best friend in having textural and visual impact on their scrapbook pages.